this is a segment where we're actually gonna take two characters from a random. This is going to be, it could be anything. It could be scenes. It could be in a different episode. It'll be different scenes. This one just happens to be characters. We're taking two characters from Friday the 13th that we love and two characters from Friday the 13th part 2, sorry, that we hate. Now we are going to take out Jason and Ginny, because, I mean, low-hanging fruit. But let's start off with Uncle Pete. You want to start off with a love or a hate?
I want to start out with the love, and I'm going to start out with one of my favorites in the entire franchise is Mark. Because you never see somebody in a wheelchair or with a handicap disability in a horror movie. You don't see that enough just to see this gentleman in a wheelchair, and even his character, he was determined after a motorcycle accident. He was determined to walk again. He was telling that girl, and he was just a cool character. I liked it because you don't see that too often, and it's probably number 1 or 2 favorite kills in the entire franchise. He gets a machete to the face, sliding down, the screen grows white, and just he seemed like a really fun guy, Mark. So yeah, definitely a character I love in part 2.
That's a great one, and I can't say that he wasn't on my list. Just yeah, pretty unique addition to a character, right? Just have him in a wheelchair. It's and it's also like, I mean, there is like no sympathy thrown through Jason on that too, so it kind of makes it even stand out more. I'm gonna go with one that I love, and I'm gonna go with Terry, who I for obvious reasons, but if any lady has, the desire to, in the middle of the night, take off all her clothes and go for a swim in a lake, which I honestly, in all the women I have met in my life, I've never met one that would love to do that. But Terry, you get some love for me because of that scene. I wish that there was a little bit more Terry in this film. I think that she deserved better. She deserved a better kill. I think that was a kind of a little bit of a cheesy kill that turned to the, ZZ Top guitar kind of thing. But Terry. So let's go to a hate.
And you know what? This ties in perfectly to my pick. Because the
Okay.
character I hate is Scott. He's
Oh.
this, this pretentious, too cool for school type guy. He's got to sit on the table with his leg up, unbutton his shirt, thinks he's like Enrico Suave. He's an asshole to Terry, taking her clothes, picking on her and stuff like that. He's a kind of a douchebag. And I was like, I wish his kill would have been more vicious because he's just a douchebaggy character, and never liked him, never, not once.
All right. Well, I kind of disagree with you. I kind of liked Scott. I thought he had that like suave smirk. He was up to no
Yeah.
good, and I can't say that, if I was at that camp, if I wouldn't be doing what Scott was doing. I don't know about, using the slingshot, but I'm gonna be controversial here with my hate. Um, Alice. And the reason why I kind of, and I don't hate the character of Alice in part 1, but I don't love that opening scene in Friday the 13th part 2. I kind of like how it sets it up, like, for part 2 and like, unfinished business and revenge. I get it. I just feel like that scene doesn't really it doesn't fit the aesthetic of the rest of the movie. And so, I also think it kind of drags on a little too long. I know they were going for some suspense, but it really looked like there was some killing some time, and yeah, so I just didn't buy it in this one. So Alice.
Yeah, because I rewatched part 2 this morning, and I was like, is it still? It's like 12 minutes, and Jason hasn't even shown up to kill her yet. I was like,
Yeah.
because it's like almost the entire phone conversation. So I wouldn't even say that's controversial.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Thanks for
back
the
to my
support, man.
other one that I love is Ted, because I want to go drinking with Ted. He's skeptical. He was even saying at the bar, he's like, yeah, all this because some girl fell out of a canoe and panicked. And he just wanted to stay drinking at the bar. He wasn't being a creep. He was trying to flirt with the waitress and stuff like that. he wasn't an obnoxious drunk, he seems like a fun drunk. Like, we're gonna if we get drunk with Ted, man, we're gonna have a lot of laughs. I don't have to worry about him getting into a fight because 'cause he's got liquid courage. So, Ted just seems like a fun guy to hang out with.
All right. All right, pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna go with love. I got love for Jeff, who, had the pleasure of really having Sandra hang off his, um,
Mhm.
just all movie long. She was just attached to him, and he had a cool truck. I like that whole like, hey ass, that's my truck, like, that whole sequence in the beginning, I thought and it was kinda funny, there was a couple of, like, misleading in part 2, right? You got Alice who, okay, she's gonna be in it again. Nope, she's not, she's dead. Then you got Sandra
Mhm.
and Jeff, and you think, "Okay, they're the main stars." Nope, they're not either, right? So, I'm gonna give him a little bit of love. I was originally gonna go with Scott, but because you decided to hate on him, I figured, "You know what? I'm gonna switch gears here, and I'm gonna go with Jeff." So I'm gonna give Jeff some love. So
Mm.
you're on tap.
Alright, so this is probably controversial myself, but as far as character, I did not like at all Paul. He throws
Oh,
his little temper tantrum when, Ginny shows up. Like, as a lead, again, I'm a veteran. I know leading and managing, and he's having this meeting, and she pulls up in front. What the hell? And he kind of runs off in a little temper tantrum. He just seemed kind of a wimp, or just like I didn't trust him. And
yeah.
then that, granted, he did save her by tackling Jason, but never, not once did he say, "Hey, run, get out of here." You just hear him grunting and stuff. If I'm trying to protect the woman I care about, run, leave, get out of here while I hold him off. At least you get the free, trying to get to safety. Never said nothing like that. And at the end, you don't know what happens to Paul.
Yeah.
You can't trust him. And I know this is going to be spicy. He wears two shirts, both of them tucked in at the same time. Who does that? Seriously, who does that? Who wears two shirts and tucks them both into jeans? You can't trust a person like that.
So this is why we have Uncle Pete on this show for expert analysis like that. I never noticed that, but now it's definitely going to be in my psyche. So, um,
You're not
I,
going to be able to unsee it.
no, I probably won't, and I love it. I love it. You don't get this kind of analysis on any other podcast. That's awesome. Actually, yeah, definitely want to check this out now. I'm going. What are we on? Hate. I hate the cop. I know that's kind
He
of
was
like
on my list.
low hanging fruit, but
Yes.
he kind of really pissed me off a little bit. Again, I think it was just the duration of screen time that he
Mhm.
had. It's not like it didn't fit. It kind of made sense. I get it. But he was kind of not really a likable guy. And Paul actually had the funny line there in that one with no seconds on dessert. I thought that was pretty cute by Paul. Yeah, cop. Again,
Kirk-
I know it wasn't like riveting stuff there, but
Mhm. He was on my short list because I did a bunch of law enforcement stuff in the military, clearing rooms and stuff. He had no clue, however, how to clear a room or nothing. Just no sense of awareness, no
yeah,
spatial awareness. So when law enforcement's written really poorly in a movie, I kind of just roll my eyes. I was like,
yeah.
man, that person sucks. So yeah, he was on my short list.
All right. So that's it, right? We gave our two for both
Yep.
love and hate. Yeah. All right.
Cool.
So I again I don't remember what the segment is called. I think we'll call it love and
Yeah.
hate, or I don't know. We'll figure something a little catchier. But hope you enjoyed that, and let us know who do you love, who do you hate in Friday 13th Part 2.
Yep.
Again, let's take Jason and Ginny out of it and let us know. Do you who called it better? Whose list is a little bit better? We'll put them in the comments below.
Cool.
Other than that, I think we've had a pretty fun episode here, Uncle Pete. You
Yeah,
have
it was a good
anything you
one.
want
Good
to?
one. I learned a lot. Hopefully everybody had fun, learned them something themselves.
All right. So until the next episode, thank you very much. Have a good
Take it easy.
day, night, weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.